Hello, hello, hello. Evening, ladies and gentlemen. Sunday night can only mean one thing. It's the Luke Addison Racing Sunday Series. This is our first series doing this on ACC on a Sunday. So this is a bit of a proving platform for guys who want to get a little bit more experience, prove themselves a little bit more. So there's going to be, we have quite a broad range of drivers in the field. A few sign-outs tonight, so we've only got 13 on tracks, it should seem. We should have 17, according to the entry list, with the people that are signed out for tonight's race. But 13 on track means a good opportunity for these guys to get some points on the board a little bit higher than what they normally would, perhaps. Also makes it life a little bit easier for me, still getting to grips with the commentary side of things and the cameras. So just while we're going through practices, just over 6.5 minutes left on practice at the moment. Let's go run you through things here at the GRDC. So this is as I said, the Luke Addison Racing Sunday Series. If you don't know Luke is an esports driver, and in my opinion, probably one of the best coaches out there as well. This is why we were keen to collaborate with Luke, because one of the things we want to do at GRDC is help people who want to sort of gain a bit more experience in every way we can, and one of those things is obviously a bit of coaching. So Luke offers some coaching, but because he's sponsored this series, we've got some we secured 10 hours of coaching to give away. So the overall winner of this series will win 2 1-hour sessions of coaching with Luke, and we'll also be giving another 2 hours away. I will be giving it another way to somebody that I think sort of most improved over the series. The series is 7 races. We've done it based on 7 races, so we can sort of so it's a short season, but also that fits in with our competition license we have at GRDC, and what that means is as we grow a bit longer and establish a bit more, we will have sort of license requirements for certain championships or special events, etc. The Sunday series is open to everybody, so anybody that joins the GRDC, they get the Club Sport X license, and that's the first base license they can move up from. So also running alongside this, we've got a name the corner competition. While we've got a few minutes left of practice, I'll just pop the details up on screen. So we've got a competition running, name the corner. It's a track from ACC. 2 winners will be picked who guess the right corner. A couple of things to do. You need to be in the Discord, of course, to get involved. DM me in Discord the answer, not just the name of the track and where you think it is. Do the little bit of homework, find out the name of the corner, ping me a DM, make sure you subscribe to GRDC YouTube channel, and get yourself in the draw. The draw closes next Friday the 28th of September, and then on Saturday we will do the live draw. So there'll be 2 lucky winners that will win 2 1-hour coaching sessions with Luke, absolutely free of charge. Do you need coaching is a good question. I think everybody can benefit from a bit of coaching, whether you're new to ACC, new to sim racing, or you've been racing for a while and you're trying to find that extra 10th of Luke can certainly help with that. As we watch Aero just bounce over that really, really dodgy curb at Kyalami. So let's have a look, just see what sort of times people are doing. So we've got Matthias in the Porsche. He's going to be front runner, I would imagine, tonight. His current best in practice is a 140.9. It's going to put him right up there. We've got Renato, last week's race winner at Watkins Glen. Current quickest in practice is a 1:40.5, so really, really quick times coming in from Matthias and Renato. We've got Hendrik. Hendrik is Matthias's teammate from G-Force Racing. He's the team manager. Current quickest lap in practice is a 41.5, so it's really good times as well. But it's not just about the fast drivers here at GRDC. As I said, the Luke Addison Racing Series is here to pit your skills against faster drivers, get that experience, and hopefully we can help you improve. We've got a nice stewarding, a really transparent stewarding system, if you like. So all the contact incidents are recorded and put onto the spreadsheet, and then what we do is we, the stewarding team, we review those, and they will be done live on the YouTube channel. So all the drivers that are involved in a contact incident, if there's a decision made, they can see how the decision come about. I think it's important to help people understand. They might, if they, if there was a mistake, or they feel there was a, they feel a bit aggrieved in an incident, and perhaps a penalty wasn't given. Shall we say? They can see how the stewards made that decision. I think it helps people understand motorsport as a whole a little bit more. So yeah, we're trying to be as transparent as possible, and that's again one of the reasons why we've teamed up with Luke. When I spoke to Luke, he was really impressed with our competition license and how we want to support and help drivers gain experience. Excellent pit entry there from Ash. So we're just coming to the end of free practice. So then we'll move on to a 15-minute qualifying session. And then following that, there will be a 60-minute race with a mandatory pit stop. It's mandatory fuel with a fixed 25-second refueling time. So it gives the drivers a little bit of a option to put a bit of strategy into their pit stop. So they save the 5 seconds in the pit stop and not take tyres, or an extra 5 seconds on their pit stop, they can change all 4 tyres. It could come in useful. Kyalami's not the hardest track on the tyres. You could very well make your tyres last the full 60 minutes. The temperature's decent compared to what we've seen in the last couple of rounds, where it was hot. So the tyres, if you're good on the tyres and you don't slide them or spin, you could be able to make those tyres last. So that extra 5 seconds might be valuable. So I'll just pop the details of the Name the Corner competition up again for you to have a look and try and work it out while we just come to the end of this session and jump into quali, and then we'll start getting into the action of people putting down their quali times. So which corner on which track do you think that is? If you think you know and want to win yourself a couple of hours of coaching with Luke, then join the Discord if you're not already a member, and get your answers over to me. Right, let's head into the action. So it looks like Dan was the first one out on track. Try and utilise that free space, clean air. He's going to have his work cut out to keep up with Renato Ruffo in the Mustang, very, very quick. And back tonight is Matthias in the Porsche. He's going to be very, very quick. Dan and Matthias had almost a race-long bumper-to-bumper battle at Watkins Glen. Really, really good to watch. So it'll be interesting to see how close those two are tonight. I did have the names of the corners somewhere. There we go. Can't remember all the names of the corners around here. He's got some interesting names here at Kyalami in South Africa, such as Crocodile. I don't know what one Crocodile is though. I'm looking at the names that I've brought up. That really doesn't help because they're not the names that I thought they were. So Dan crosses the line, start-finish line for the first time on his first flying lap. You've got Paul Sims in tow behind him, trying to make use of the slipstream, trying to gain a little bit more speed down the straight. As they head uphill. Decent temperature here today, so we could see some really, really good times coming in. He's got a little bit of traffic in front of him. These guys are not on a flying lap, so I'm sure they'll get out of the way if need be and not hold these guys up at all. Excellent work there. So they did that just fine. Dan might be able to utilise a little bit of slipstream here as well. As he heads down the hill, down Sunset Bend. Round towards the last couple of corners. Heading towards a really, really difficult corner on the track. The sausage there. Round the last bend, down the start finish straight, across the line for his first flying lap. What's the time going to be? So 41.6 from Paul Sims, who's actually utilised that toe and gone a little bit quicker. But Renato has just snatched pole with a 40.7. Rob Homer's popped in a 42.9. Aero's done a 44.3. Got Mikey Ball coming around the last couple of corners. Renato's in the BMW's put in a 43.2 as Mikey heads around the last corner. Pops in a 46.7. Jordan heading down the hill, down Sunset. Tom Carroll in his Lexus is a 43.1. Jordan coming around the lot. Tricky last couple of bends. Avoids the sausage curb nicely. Around the last corner, we see McLaren running wide in the background. Jordan crosses the line with a it wasn't a 49.2. Bear with hold the line a sec. There's no times on the timing tower. Hold the line caller. Let's just sort these out. Bear with me a sec. Let's just pop that back up again so I can jump over to there. Right, they want the full track map, please. Thank you very much. And Lap times enabled. Timer on. Session info enabled. Right, so just need to change the display. Bear with me. Shift and D or Alt and D. Right, okay, let's try that. Alt and D, Shift and D. No. It's not that one then, clearly. Right, bear with me. Let's get that up. Right, there we go. So, cycle HUD show notes. Track that. Yeah, just bear with me a sec, chaps, while I just sort this. While we're not getting anything on the. We've lost the timing tower for some strange reason. Let's see if I can try and fix that. Oh, I know how to fix this. It's because it's normally on my wheel. Let's turn the wheel on. That would be the best thing to do. Right. Let's pop that back up for you there. Let me get this back up. And hopefully... no, okay. For some reason, that's not working. So we'll have to make do, I'm afraid. Right. So we've still got Renato on pole position. He's put in a 40.732. Matthias very, very close behind him on a 40.7. Hendrik third on the grid currently with a 141.045. Not far behind him is Paul Sims with a 141.087. Danny Moffat currently 5th with a 41.457. And currently 6th is Tom Carroll in his Lexus with a 142.167. Matty is crossing the finish line. Can he improve? No, still a 141.045. Danny Moffat just about to cross the start-finish line. Can he improve? Not on this occasion. Still 5th with a 141.457. Renato heading down to the last couple of corners. Currently on a 142.907. Is he able to improve as he comes around the last corner? It's currently not up. Right, the lap delta thing has now decided to work. Good evening, Gaza. Hola, Gaza. Not everything seems to be working tonight, mate. I can't get the timing ball to change in ACC. None of the actual commands seem to work. And I can't get my wheel to do it either, which is annoying. But there we go. So we can turn that off. So Hendrick still not improving at the moment. Still currently 3rd on a 141.045. Who is up at the moment? Let's keep an eye on these. Hendrick and Tom are the only guys out on track currently improving, so we'll keep an eye on these. Jordan's out on track, currently improving at the moment. Let's see if we get a nice little on board with. There we go. A bit of a track guide with Jordan. No pressure, mate. The screaming sounds of the McLaren. Hard on the brakes. Round to the left. A little bit of a wiggle on. This is an awkward couple of corners. Nicely done. Don't run too wide as he heads uphill braking zone. On the power nice and early. All the way down the hill. Not quite utilising all of the track. As he comes down, this is a tricky corner. He's currently 0.6 of a second up though. Don't hit the sausage curb. Nicely done. Hard on the brakes. Round the last left-hander. Little bit of wiggle on. He's still up. Crossing line for a 143.8. So that's the end of quali. Right, while we do that, let me see if I can at least get the track map up to be full. Let's go over to there. Let's do that. Turn to the garage. Track map should Track map. Should show full. There we go. That's better. Why is me... Right. So... I don't... because he hasn't put it up on... his livery's not showing because he hasn't put it up on Livery Hub. That's why. So, bear with me. Taskbar. Why is my taskbar suddenly... started doing that? Right, should hide when I'm down there, but no, it's not doing that now. So I can't actually, let's just, oh no, hold the line caller while we try to get, there we go. Right, let's get that back to there. Hopefully we won't have the same issues we had last week when it all crashed at this point. Right, so your grid for tonight is on pole is Renato Ruffo in the Mustang. Matthias Oyer, forgive my pronunciation if that is incorrectly pronounced, is second in his Porsche. Teammate Hendrik Lauer is currently fourth on the grid. Paul Sims is fifth. Danny Moffitt is left the server for some reason. Hey up, Jimmy. Dan seems to have left the server. I don't know what's gone on there. Right. So let's get that back on and that back up. There we go. So the guys just sitting on the grid. The session's just about to start. They'll be ready themselves up, making the only final. Yeah, he has left. I saw him flashing his lights at Matthias in the qualifying session, so we'll have a look at that. There's no need for him to leave, though, really. As the guys ready up, making final preparations to start the 60-minute race. We've got a full warm-up lap, so they can get their tyres nice and warm. Let's get a bit of a helicam view. Few people didn't sign out tonight. There should have been 17 on the grid from the sign outs on SimGrid. But it does give the guys the opportunity to score perhaps more points than what they would have done. Be an interesting battle to see if Matthias can push Renato. His teammate Hendrik very, very close behind. So that'll be an interesting battle. Paul Sims fourth on the grid. We're pushing them, the two G-Force drivers, very, very hard. is to head downhill. Warming the tyres up. Make sure the brakes are nice and warm. Hopefully a nice clean race. Tom Carroll in his Lexus is going to be a menace down the straight. The speed of that Lexus in a straight line. So we'll keep an eye on him off the start as well, because that's going to be interesting, especially where Paul Sims in the Ferrari. The Ferrari's not very quick off the line. I wonder if he's going to utilise brake boost in it to try and get as good a start as he can. Renato in the Mustang is going to be very, very quick in a straight line. So it's going to be interesting start, that's for sure. The Porsche obviously very quick off the line as well. Lambo is no slouch. Paul Sims has got Rob Homer behind him in the Porsche. So he might have a little bit of an issue compared to the other cars around him off the as the lights go green. We'll get into formation as they come down to the last corner. Set themselves up. Creeping along, creeping along. Waiting for the lights to go green. And there they go. We're off and racing. It's a good start from Matthias. He's taken the lead. Going into the first corner, he covers it off. As Mikey Ball sends it down the inside and takes Aero out. Very clean from the front guys though, as Renato is pushing and battling Matthias for P position, P1. Very close racing from these guys, bumper to bumper. Matthias manages to keep the Porsche in front of the Mustang. Paul Sims and Hendrick in hot pursuit. Tom Carroll just a little bit more behind. As we check on the other guys, you got caught up in the incident. Yeah, we'll talk about it after, Dan. Side by side as they're battling for P1. Renato is forced to run a little bit wide, which brings Hendrick and Paul right into play as they go around the last corner, head down the start-finish straight. At the end of the first lap, Paul right in the slipstream of the Lambo. Renato not quite close enough to make a move as they head round to turn 1 now. So this is going to be an interesting battle. Let's keep an eye on that. Jordan's car's looking a bit scuffed, where he obviously got caught up in the turn 1 action. Hendrick and the Lambo keeping it nicely pinned to Renato's rear bumper, with Paul Sims in hot pursuit in 4th. Tom Carroll 5th, a little further back. Rob Homer 6th. Renato in the BMW, bit of a scuffed BMW. He got his father Ash Sorry, that's the wrong. There we go. Yeah, Ash, Jordan's dad, being followed by David Sharp, and Jordan trying to look down the inside. Are they gonna? Is he gonna be close enough to get a move done? Right, let's not discuss that in the chat. Let's leave it for the stewards to have a look at. Hendrick in hot pursuit still with Renato in the Mustang, who runs just a little bit wide, kicks up a bit of dust. Perhaps gives Hendrick a chance to gain another half a tenth. So Hendrick gets a bit of a slide on, trying to get the power down early. That brings Paul Sims right into place now, right on the rear bumper of the Lambo. Right, let's just check in with the battle of Jordan, who's pushing David Sharp. That's at the top of the track now as they head around the left-hander and down the hill. Is he in the slipstream? Is he close enough to get a move done into the right-hander? He's not looking for it. Yeah, he's going to make it. No, he's backed out. Let's check in with Hendrick and Paul Sims, battling for third and fourth. The straight line speed of the Mustang really showing there as he's putting the pressure again onto Matthias in the Porsche. A good shot from the helicopter. As you can see, both battles carrying on for first and second and third and fourth. Let's check in on the battle for 8th and 9th, as Ash has been caught up a little bit. It's under pressure from David in the McLaren. Jordan just to drop back just a little bit. Ash under lots of pressure now from the McLaren. David looks to the inside, just shows him the nose but doesn't make the move. Just loses a bit of momentum, brings Jordan back into place. Jordan going to be able to make the move. They're side by side. Oh, Jordan's lost his goal. Wheel on the grass and takes out his dad. That's unfortunate. Unlucky from Jordan. Just got a wheel on the grass just as he braked. Car went round at him. As we join the leaders again round the last corner. Now is the straight line speed of the Mustang going to show? Renato just runs just a bit wide. But he's in the slipstream. Is he gaining? I don't think he's going to be close enough to have a look down the inside. But again, he catches up. Paul's dropped a bit back just off the bumper of Hendrick now. But Rob Homer is catching Tom Carroll in the Lexus. It's reeling him in. We'll check back on that in a sec. Aero getting a little bit of a wiggle on as he pushes hard after the issues on the first lap, trying to reel David Sharp in front of him, who's now got clean air in front of him. We join the leaders again. Around the double left-hander. Renato right in the slipstream of the Porsche. The right-hander down here does offer a heavy braking zone and a great opportunity to get the move done, but he has to back out. Perhaps was a little bit too close. Backs out to avoid any collision and go again. Saw Paul Sims just kicking up a bit of dirt in the background. Is he close enough this time to the Lambo to be in enough slipstream? I don't think he is to make a move down into turn one. Now let's just keep an eye on Rob Homer, because he's reeling the Lexus in. This is going to be a strong part of the track for the Porsche. Reeled the Lexus right in now as they drop down the sweeping right-hander. The left-hander at the bottom of the hill does offer another good place to make a move. It's not quite close enough yet. We'll check back in on that in a mo. Renato again putting the pressure on Mattis's Porsche as they head down the hill. He lost a bit of momentum here on the last lap. Oh, it's so close. A little bit of contact. Head round the last couple of corners. Oh, he catches this sausage curb, runs wide. It's going to bring the Lambo and the Ferrari right into play here. Lost so much momentum, but did well to keep it out of the wall. This could be an interesting couple of corners. If it's that Mustang's already pulling a gap on the Lambo down the straight. Race level seems a bit low. We can certainly do something about that. Bear in mind we're in helicam at the moment. Let me jump down. Let me know if that's better. Yeah, it will be with helicam. But Rob's putting loads of pressure on the back of Tom Carroll's Lexus. Just needs to be clever about it. There's a big gap to Paul Sims in front of that, so he doesn't want to force something and make a mistake. But this battle is definitely not finished between these four, as Renato got the momentum back in the Mustang, pulling a gap on Hendrick's Lambo as Paul is right there on the rear bumper of the Lambo as they come around the right-hander down to the last couple of corners. Is he going to be close enough? Coming out of the last corner, perhaps might have had to back off just there, might have lost a little bit of momentum, but is he close enough to get a move done here? Don't think he's going to be close enough this time out, but he'll keep pushing, keep trying to chip away just that extra few yards so he can either show his nose, force an error, or try and get a move done. Back with Tom and Rob. Let's just check in on the other guys. They seem quite spread out at the moment. But we've got Renato really Mikey Ball in. We'll keep an eye on that. But back to the action at the front. Renato again just closing the gap just a little bit more to the Porsche. We've got Paul Sims making a move down the inside. He gets it done. Excellent. Let's just go back 20 seconds and have a look at that, because that looked like an excellent move down the inside there from Paul Sims. Goes to the outside, switches it back. Excellent use of the really good brakes in the Ferrari. Gets that move done. Superb. Well done, sir. Right, let's check in on the Lexus v Porsche battle. Tom just seems to just got himself just a little bit of breathing room now over robbing the Porsche. But this... Now Paul Sims has got to defend against the Lambo. They're almost side by side going round turn one. Great racing from the pair of them. That's an unfortunate moment to jump on board with Jordan. As we've got Aero has got past David Sharp. Sorry, buddy, I missed it. We've got Renato still in hot pursuits of Mikey Ball. The BMW looking a bit battered. Back on board for this battle for third and fourth. It's now Hendrick's turn to do the pressurising. So we jump on board with Renato. Tries a tighter line at the top of the hill. The Porsche so quick out of corners. So close going into the braking zone. Perhaps just loses a little bit of momentum there. Having to perhaps stay on the brakes just a fraction longer than he'd liked. Now is Hendrick going to be able to get on the power early enough out of the last corner to be able to make an indent on this little gap that Paul has built for himself after getting the move done at the top of the hill. Jump on board with Helicam again, because these guys are really pushing. We don't want to miss any of the action. As Rob again just starts to reel Tom back in. The others still fairly spread out. Now, pit stops look like they're going to be a massive role to play in this race. I think, from experience and knowing Paul Sims, I think he will try to go the full hour on these tyres and gain himself those extra 5 seconds. I think that extra 5 seconds would be a real nice thing to have on his Delta at the moment, as Hendrick is still in hot pursuits. It's half a second back, under half a second back. As Matty's just got himself a little bit of breathing room in front of Renato's Mustang. And bless the drivers, they're giving me a bit of breathing room as well to have a sip of me drink after quite a hectic few laps, really, as the cars were really close. Lots of battles going on. Apologies again for the timing tower not working properly and showing the gaps, but we'll have that rectified for next week. I did have a A wipe of the computer. Oh, it's Tom. Oh, and Rob runs wide. He follows him out into the dirt there, throwing up the dust. But we've got the leaders side by side as Renato has managed to get to the inside, goes down the inside of the Porsche. Can Matthias do anything about that as they come around the last couple of corners? Hendrick has... Let's jump back. What happened there? Let's jump back 20 seconds. Because Hendrick seemed to stop at the bottom of the hill. I wonder what happened there. Let's have a look. Oh, he's just got a slide. Oh, okay. Just got the rear left tyre on the dirt as he went into the braking zone. Did a good job of not putting that into the wall, but that's going to give him the big gap between himself and Paul Sims in third. Relief for Paul, because he'll have at least a few laps just of clean air, be able to not push the tyres so hard, not having to defend. But is he going to be able to close that gap to the Porsche? Because the Mustang is just pulling away now from Matthias in second place. I wonder if tyres are coming into place now, as Matthias will have been defending hard right from the very beginning. So working those tyres really, really hard, and they'll drop off just a bit quicker than the other tyres on the other cars. And now that might give the opportunity for Paul just to reel him in. Let's check back on with the battle between Tom and Rob. So Rob's still in hot pursuit. Probably having a little bit of difficulties with the Lexus's top end speed. But he needs to utilise the really, really good brakes of the Porsche to see if he can close the gap going into some of these heavy braking zones. The other guys still spread out a lot. Renato still closing the gap, and your mic will keep checking on that. Aero after his... Alright, Hendrick's pitting. So Hendrick in the Lambo is pitting. Now, is he gonna... He might want to change those tyres after that slide. Let's see where Paul is now. Is he reeling that gap? And he's going to... That gap is definitely getting smaller to the Porsche in front of him. Now he's going to see that. Matthias is going to start noticing that on his Delta as that time just starts dropping down a bit more and a bit more and a bit more, and that can certainly start to get into your head. Rob doing a great job in the Porsche again. He's closing that gap right up to Tom in the Lexus. Oh, lots of curb taken there. He's trying to close that gap, trying to put lots of pressure on him. Around the double left-hander. He's gone down the inside. Great move, but the straight line speed. The Lexus showing through there. Great racing from the pair of them. Great respect shown. Really good from the guys there. Rob's going to the inside, able to utilise the really good brakes on the Porsche and get on the power early, but that straight line speed of the Lexus really, really showing. Now this would be interesting because I think if Matthias doesn't change tyres, he's really going to be struggling at the end, so a fresh set of boots is really going to help. Now, Paul seems always very good on the tyres. He hasn't slid the car about. Knowing Paul, he's going to just take the fuel and run these tyres that he's got on till the end. So this could be a great way to jump Matthias in second position. We'll keep an eye on that. So we're getting towards the halfway point of the race. Now this is where Rob made a move last lap around, not close enough yet to try it again. Let's jump back and check in with the other guys. David Sharp currently running his 7th. Best lap was a 44.0. Jordan looking slightly scuffed in the McLaren. Best lap of 43.4. His dad Ash behind a fastest lap of 44.8. So Hendrick, after pitting, Renato Ribeiro is pitting in the BMW. It'll be interesting to see if he gets the damage repaired. We'll keep an eye on that as well. Now back markers could come into play here as well for Hendrick, because it is for position, even if they've not pitted, so they don't have to make his life easy. Now the front three are quite evenly spread out at the moment. Renato, once he got into the lead, he did pull a bit of a gap on Matthias in the Porsche, but he's not really extending that gap further and further. So when are these guys going to pit? Are they waiting for one of the others to make a move and either sort of counter it? So will Matthias dive in when he sees Renato dive in? Or do they have a strategy that they're going to stick to? Rob still not quite close enough to the Lexus to get a move done. Just a lapse in concentration as they come round the last couple of corners can cause race ending results here with that sausage curb. So that possibly could come into play as well. No real bumper to bumper action going on just at the moment as Jordan's in the pits. I would imagine he's going to get that damage repaired. Mikey Ball. So Hendrick just catching up with Ash in the BMWs. Gets a little bit of a slide on. He's going to be pushing really, really hard. Now this is for position, but Matthias has Ash hasn't pitted yet. Hendrick will want to get past him. He's in the slipstream. He'll want to get past him as quick as he can and not lose any time to the front guys. He'll be moved down to the inside. Gets the move done. So we've got David Sharp. That's Renato. He's got his damage repaired, so he's going to be trying to reel in Mikey Ball as well. That's who he was catching before he pitted. So Paul's in the pits. Paul's pitting. Rob's pitting. So this is going to be interesting. Where is Paul going to come out in relation to Hendrick? This is where the first thing we need to be keeping an eye on. So Paul's moving off and moving again now. Right. So Hendrick coming down round the deadly sausage curve, round the last corner. Paul's will have made it out, and he's down to turn 1 already. So it's nicely done from Paul. I don't think he took. I don't think he'll have taken tyres. So Renato's got a nice cushion now to Matthias. So let's keep an eye on this to see when they pit as well. So Matthias is pitting. So where need to keep an eye on Paul Sims to where he comes out in relation to Matthias to see if he's able to have shortened the gap at least, or even jumped into P2. Tom Carroll is in the pits. He was in 4th. So where's he going to come out in relation to Rob Homer? As we've got Renato hot on the bumper of the McLaren now. So Matthias is coming out now. So Paul is crossing the start finish line. This is going to be close. So, and he's done it. He's jumped him. That's great strategy. Great use of the pit stops. Really good race craft from Paul Sims there. So that could put him up into P2. Let's check in to see where Rob Homer is just crossing line now. The Lexus, you can see the Lexus there in front of him. So he's still, so I'd imagine they've probably both taken tyres. It looks like Tom's just gained a little bit over Rob with the pit stop as well. So where is Hendrick now? Because still got to get through a couple of people who still need to pit. So Aero still needs to pit. Or as I'm assuming Aero still needs to pit. David Sharp still needs to pit. So Renato is in the pits now. So where in relation is he going to be to Paul Sims? Now Paul Sims has managed to get a nice jump on Matthias in the Porsche from the pit stop. So Renato's coming out the pit exit now. Paul Sims is crossing the start finish line now, so he's still going to be net P2. Aero currently P2. So does Aero still need to pit? I think he has perhaps been in the pits and got some damage repaired. I'm not 100% sure. We'll check in on that as Paul in hot pursuit of Aero's Porsche. Matthias in the Lambo in 5th. Can he do anything about the gap to his teammate in the Porsche? Let's keep an eye on this. Try to work out if there's any damage on that Porsche from the, yeah, there is. Aero hasn't pitted. It was looking very shiny, so I thought he had perhaps pitted. So makes it nice and easy for Paul to get the move done. No point in battling as he's still got to pit. Sensible stuff from Aero. No time lost for Paul. Now, is Matthias going to be able to do anything about the gap that Paul has created for himself. Mikey Ball moving out the way for Aero. Nice and easy. Moves out the way for Matthias. Nicely done. Let's keep an eye on that. Is Rob going to be able to reel the Lexus of Tom Carroll back in? He's got 26.5 minutes left to try and get a move done. Ash currently in 8th. David Sharp currently in 9th. Mikey Ball currently 10th. Renato currently 11th. And Jordan currently 12th. Cars looking a bit more shiny and straight after their pit stop. Now you can see the Porsche of Matthias in the background. Is he going to be able to reel Paul Sims in? If Paul didn't change tyres, they will naturally drop off. But is there enough in them to hold Matthias off? Hendrick in 4th, wanting to close the gap to his teammate, but there's quite a gap between them now. I would imagine Matthias has put fresh tyres on. Seeing how fast the tyres and the Porsche can wear, especially if you get a bit of a slide on. And he'll be pushing hard, and he was battling hard with Renato in the Mustang the first part of the race, having to defend hard as Matthias crosses the line again. He's got a nice big gap back to Paul Sims, who's just coming across the line now. A nice cushion, nice bit of free air. Can push, but not push too hard. Back between the battle for 5th and 6th. Tom Carroll in the Lexus doing a great job of keeping Rob Homer at bay. Rob just not close enough yet. Down the straight, that's where the Lexus is really going to come into its own. But is he going to be close enough to perhaps look to the inside again? Tom runs a little bit wide, kicks up a bit of dust. So Rob Homer just reels in a few more yards to the back of the Lexus. As they head to the part of the track that's going to be the strongest for the Porsche. Oh, is he going to be able to? Is he going to look to the inside again? Late on the brakes from the Porsche. There's a back marker to come into play here. Mikey Ball would do a good job moving to the outside. Well done, Mikey. Perhaps just lost a bit of momentum to the Lexus as they come down the hill. The Lexus using all that power. Let's check in on Paul Sims. That gap to Matthias behind is starting to close just a little bit. If he can get a little bit closer, could make for a really spicy end to the race. Hendrick coming up on a bit of traffic. Tom pushing that Lexus really, really hard. Kicking up a bit more dusty. Oh, they both kick up a bit of dust. Rob follows him just out wide, just a little bit. Both pushing so hard. These guys have been so close all race. As Rob gets so close now. This is going to be a strong part for the track for the Porsche. He goes to the outside this time. Tom defends. He's going to be able to cut back. Get the switch back on the power earlier as they head down the hill. Down to the heavy braking zone of the right-hander. Tom defending the line. So we jump on the cockpit view with Tom. You can see the Porsche getting very big in the rear view mirror. Don't think he's going to be close enough to the Lexus, even in the slipstream. It's just so powerful in a straight line. But really good on the brakes as they wind up the hill. Awkward braking for this left-hander. Don't take too much curb. Don't run wide, as the Lexus does run wide. This might be the opportunity Rob needs. Really great racing from these two, both pushing so hard. Great battle. Utilising all of the track. Not quite close enough to look to the inside this time round. Let's jump back on Hendrick, who's got past the back marker of Renato. Paul still got breathing room as Matthias in the Porsche tries to reel him in. So this is not for position. This is Jordan, and we've got, that's David Sharp in front of him, who's currently running 8th. Aero having a bit of a lone race at the moment. Mikey Balls looking a bit battered. Now, is this going to make for a spicy end to the race? The Porsche starts edging closer and closer. He's really pushing, utilise all the track, kicks up a bit of dust. That'll have lost him a little bit of momentum. Switch it back in for the battle for 5th and 6th. Rob Serious, he's put his lights on, absolutely. He'll be smelling blood here. A number of times Tom has kicked up some dust by running just a little bit wide in the Lexus, but it's just so damn powerful in a straight line that it's keeping Rob at bay. So Matty is getting closer and closer to the back of Paul Simms' Ferrari. Is he going to be able to get close enough to try and get a move done before we run out of time? He's pushing hard. As they head up the hill, this is going to be... They're going to be pretty even under braking, these two. The Porsche and the Ferrari both got great brakes on them. The Ferrari probably edging the brake strength of the pair of them. As Paul just kicks up a bit of dust. Perhaps starting to feel the pressure as the gap gets smaller and smaller. So we've got two big potential battles as we head into the last 17 minutes of the race. Let's just check in with the others. Aero still out all on his own. Not a great time to join David as he runs just a bit wide. As Ash wants to get past and unlap himself. So again, this is definitely the strongest part of the track for the Porsche. He reels in the Lexus, but it's just so quick in a straight line. He's going to have to be right on that bumper. Or he might just do it as Tom runs a little bit wide. But I think they ended up both losing a little bit of momentum there. As Lexus opens his legs up down the main straight. But our Paul Sims' tyres starting to really affect the race pace of the Ferrari now. The Porsche, I'm pretty sure Paul won't have changed tyres. I'm pretty sure Matthias will have done. So is that the difference between these two cars now? And that's Jordan in the background. Did the right job of just staying off track till the cars have come past after his spin. Let's just quickly check in on the other two. Right, last couple of corners. The Porsche is getting closer and closer and closer. Round the last bend. It's going to be quicker out of the corner than the Ferrari. Is he going to be close enough and in the slipstream enough to look to the inside? Paul covers him off. As if almost side by side as they head down to turn one. Oh, let's jump on Paul to the helicam. Paul defending well. Cover the inside off, and just... Oh, Matthias pushing so hard and the Porsche gets a little bit of a slide on. That's going to have lost him some momentum. Let's jump back to see how Rob and Tom are getting on. The power of that Lexus in a straight line, but Rob is closer than he has been for a long time down to turn one. It's almost a track of two halves, this. The Lexus open its legs up downhill and down the start finish straight, but the Porsche so quick around the bendier parts of the track. Tom using all of the track to keep Rob at bay, kicks up more dust at the top of the hill, but Rob's a lot closer this time round. Every move so far has been done into the double left-hander at the top of the track. Is he going to be close enough to do the same again? As they head up the hill, this awkward uphill blind braking zone round the first left. Power on round the second. This is where the Lexus will just open up a little bit on the Porsche as they come down the hill, flat out round the kink to the left into this heavy awkward braking zone of the right hander. Right, let's check in with Paul and Matthias. Paul defended well last time round, and Matthias lost a little bit of momentum. He's run a little bit wide there as well. He's going to lose a bit more momentum. That is going to be good news for Paul Sims. That's just what he wants to see. Rob not as close this time round, down to the first corner. Aero still out on his own, lonely race. Sometimes you don't mind that if it's for a good position, but after the incidents at the beginning, he's probably going to feel a little bit of aggrieved. Everyone else all on their own. So let's jump back. Matty is still trying to close that gap again down to Paul. Now we've got David Sharp in the McLaren, the back marker. Will he come into play? As we check in with Rob, who's lost he's lost a bit of momentum to the Lexus. Hendrick all on his own. So here we go. As they come down to the first corner, just over 11 minutes left of the race. Matthias is definitely closing that gap again. So we jump on board with Matthias. Paul's kicked up a little bit of dust, running just a bit wide on the exit of the left-hander. You can see the white McLaren of David Sharp in front of the both of them. Now, is this going to have any impact on the two guys trying to get past as quickly as possible? Paul's run a little bit wide. David does a great job of just moving over. Let this battle for second and third place continue. Rob's got the momentum going again. And there's real Tom in again after losing a little bit of distance to him on the previous lap. Now as they head up to this double left-hander at the top of the hill, is Rob going to be able to make a move again as Tom sort of covers off the left-hand side? A little bit defensive, but got back over to the racing line, so didn't really lose much momentum as they head down the hill. Both doing a good job. Tom just runs just a little bit wide, but won't have lost much momentum there. Around the last left-hander. On the power as early as you can, utilising all the track on the right hand side, the runoff part. It's not going to be close enough going down to turn one with the power of that Lexus in a straight line. Let's check in on the battle between Matthias and Paul, as Matthias is again gained a few more yards on Paul. Both guys really pushing here. As they head round the double left-hander and then down the hill once more. Not close enough yet. Just over 8 minutes left. Is Rob going to be able to get close enough and finally get the move done and stuck, as he takes a tighter line this time than Tom, who run just a little bit wide at the top of the hill? Now this is going to get exciting coming down the hill. Parallel Lexus coming into play. Is he going to be able to do anything around these last couple of bends before the strength part of the trot? Tom's hit the sausage. That's what we was talking about earlier on. Just that slight part of concentration just drops into these latter parts of the races. Latter parts of the race. Clipped the sausage curve. Did well not to lose control completely. Now he's got all the work to do, but time is running out. Just over 7 minutes left on the clock. The sausage curb is deadly here and has ruined so many people's races over the years. Slight loss of concentration. You only got to clip it ever so slightly and you bounce off. Best case scenario is you lose the position. Worst case scenario is you're in the wall. It's Paul doing a great job still, keeping Matthias at bay. We know he's got pace. The last 6 minutes of the race. How are tyres going to come into play now? The Porsche's rear tyres are going to start to feel it. Paul's tyres on the Ferrari probably coming up towards an hour old. How much grip has he got left in there? Renato absolutely running away with it again. The battle behind him has helped him once more. The straight line speed of the Lexus. Is he in the slipstream enough? It doesn't look like it. Two exciting battles to watch to take us through to the the end of the race. 5.5 minutes left on the clock. Is Paul going to be able to keep Matthias at bay? Is Rob going to be able to keep Tom at bay? There's two back markers coming up. Are they going to come into play? As Tom now puts the pressure on to Rob, as Rob did to him for so many laps of this race. Round the last corner. Is Matthias close enough this time to try and get a move done? He's in the slipstream. Is he gaining? He's gaining ever so slightly, but just not anywhere near close enough to be able to get the move done, or even attempt to get the move done. Hendrick all on his own, coming around the last corner to cross the start-finish line in fourth. Now watch this with interest as Rob in 5th place with Tom Carroll in the Lexus not far behind him with two back markers in front of him. They've got to navigate next. As they head up the top of the hill again. This is going to be a strong part of the track for the Porsche. Can he gain just a little bit more, get the power down early as they head down the hill? Back markers coming into play as Rob gets past Renato in the BMW. Now, is Tom going to be able to get past just as easy? Renato won't make it difficult for him, but he could just lose a little bit of momentum as he looks to the inside. The double left-hander. Both guys doing a great job. Jump back on board for this battle for second and third as we head down to the last corner again. Matthias is a little bit close this time as he just shows his nose, but not close enough to get the move done. Going to be a little bit quicker out of the corner than the Ferrari as he start the climb up the hill again. Rob coming around the last corner. Tom just got the BMW of Ash in front of him. Ash won't make it difficult, but again, is Tom going to lose a little bit of momentum? It seems to be losing time to Paul and the Porsche of Rob. Ash gets out the way nicely. So Renato Ruffo in the Mustang, just coming down to the last corner now. As he heads down to the start-finish line to start the last lap of the race.
Okay, the leader is on the final lap now. Give it all you can.
We've got Paul Sims currently second. We've got Matthias Auer closely following behind in third place. This could get spicy for the last lap. Is Matthias going to be close enough to attempt to move? Just checking on Rob and Tom. As Matthias just gets a little bit of a wiggle on coming out of the corner. That will give an extra bit of breathing room for Paul Sims. As Tom Carroll pushing hard, trying to close that gap down to Rob Homer. I think Paul is really struggling on the tyres now. He's doing a great job not to slide it around, but he's really going to be feeling it. Let's just keep an eye on this into these last couple of corners. As Renato in the Mustang comes around the last corner. Just want to keep an eye on this into the last corner. Renato Ruffo, race winner. Paul just got clipped by Matthias coming around the last bend. That's going to be really frustrating for him, but he's going to let Paul take, gives the position back, pushing hard. As Hendrick comes around the last corner to come home in fourth place. The battle for fifth and sixth. It all came down to a sausage. As Tom was trying to show his nose down the inside of the last corner. Great battle between these two. What a race. As the last few guys bring it home and across the line. Seeing as there was only 12 guys on track, they certainly kept me busy. They really did keep me busy. Well done to Renato. Let's jump on board so we can catch his donuts. Well done, sir. Well done. Well, that kept me busy. Well done to Renato. Back-to-back wins for him. Really good race. Well done to Paul Sims bringing it home in second. That was a strategic pit stop, I believe, that got him the position there. Really good racecraft from Paul. Matthias pushed him all the way in third place. Little tap at the corner there on the last game. He was pushing really hard, but he gave the place back to bring it home in third. Hendrick in fourth. Rob Homer fifth. Tom Carroll sixth. Aero Vizuri in seventh. David Sharp in eighth. Ash Canty ninth. And Renato Ribeiro in 10th. Well done to everyone racing. Now, that's that for tonight's race. Don't forget to get involved in our Name the Corner competition. Win yourself some free coaching with Luke Addison. we will be back on. It's a good question, actually. I've got rig developments being done this week, so I don't know when I'm going to be racing. I'll hopefully be back Tuesday. Might be back tomorrow. Who knows? But we will definitely be back next Sunday for round 5. Don't forget get involved with the Name the Corner competition. And thanks for watching. Do the liking, do the subscribing, all that good stuff. And I will catch you guys later. Cheers.